Couple that spots a piece of metal in the yard soon realizes it's worth thousands. If you are lucky enough to have a backyard, you know just how valuable that little patch of grass can be. One New York City couple, however, ended up with much more than they bargained for in their space. What they thought to be a simple piece of metal turned out to be a door to intrigue, mystery, and riches. While New York City isn't exactly known for having houses with massive yards, Staten Island is a bit different. In that suburban borough, Matthew Emanuel and his wife Maria Colonna Emanuel found their dream home and a little something extra. The couple managed to find a home on Todd Hill in one of the island's nicer neighborhoods. Best of all, it came with a nice backyard, perfect for relaxing after a long day of work. Towards the back of the yard, however, the couple noticed one bizarre detail. Amid the trees, there was an unusual and out-of-place piece of metal emerging from the ground. While Matthews and Maria weren't sure what the metal was, they came to accept it as part of the landscape. It was probably an old electrical or cable box anyway. However, they soon became aware that was not the case at all. See, while Staten Island is technically part of New York City, it does hold on to some vestiges of suburban life. One of those, it seems, would cause the Colonna Emanuels to reconsider what was lurking in their backyard. In recent years, Staten Island has developed a bit of a deer problem. Some of the animals wandered into the couple's backyard and wreaked havoc among the plants, which brought attention back to the area. Matthew brought in a landscaper to fix up some trees, and the man, unsurprisingly, noticed the metal box in the brush. He was convinced, however, that it wasn't housing wires. The best guess was that the metal was simply a piece of old scrap, so the men used some heavy machinery to unearth it. Once it was free, though, its true identity was plain as day. The piece of metal turned out to be the corner of a safe. Once everyone got over the surprise, their minds turned to the logical question: what valuables could be locked inside? The couple decided they had to learn what was inside the safe. There was no turning back now. They got some tools and, without too much effort, had cracked through the rusty metal shell. Once the dust had settled, Matthew reached down to open the safe. As daylight filled the interior, the Colonna Emanuels couldn't believe their eyes. It seemed like something out of their wildest dreams. As you'd expect, the safe was full of valuables. The couple pulled some bricks of cash, which unfortunately had been ruined by water. Some of the loot, however, was in better condition. Beyond the cash, the couple found a literal buried treasure. And there are all these bags with hundreds and jewelry, diamonds, engagement rings, dozens of rings, gold with jade, Matthew told CBS News. It was stunning. After removing all of the valuables, though, the safe still wasn't completely empty. The couple noticed that at the bottom of the interior there was a simple slip of paper with some faded writing on it. On the paper, the Colonna Emanuels found a familiar address. The home in question belonged to one of their neighbors. Matthew and Maria headed over and knocked on the door. They were going to solve this mystery. When Matthew asked the neighbors if their home had ever been robbed, they said they had. There was one catch, however. The burglary in question took place in 2011, several years earlier. In 2011, a man known as the Ninja Burglar went on a robbery spree across Staten Island. While he robbed hundreds of homes over 10 years, he apparently didn't make it far with his safe. Whether he decided it was too much trouble or planned to come back later, he left the safe in what became the Colonna Emanuels' backyard. It sat there for years until the couple finally cracked it open. The Colonna Emanuels returned the safe's contents to their neighbors. It wasn't ours, Maria simply told the New York Daily News. Today, a white elephant sits where the safe one did, reminding the couple of their literal buried treasure. Meanwhile, the jewels, engagement rings, and more went back to the neighbors, who were beyond delighted to have their items returned. Of course, what do you do if you find something in your yard and its owners are long gone?